Holistic Calisthenics 94. Don't need my name, obviously. So today I'm going to talk about what made me become vegan from before to the point now. And certain things I discovered, like as far as like compassion, self-discipline, and other things like that. So first off, let me start saying how I was growing up. Growing up as a Mexican, we eat a lot of tacos, yo. We eat a lot of fucking carne asada, chicken, all the meats and shit. And I thought it was normal. And that shit tasted good, you know what I'm saying? We would go to the taco stands, they'd be cooking that shit, the smell would come, you know what I'm saying? That aroma would try to bring you in, you know what I'm saying? And I would go to school, and I knew a couple of people who I think were vegetarian at the time. Middle school. I was like 11 or 12. And I used to be like, what kind of pussies are y'all? Y'all don't want to eat meat. How are y'all fucking surviving? How are y'all, you know what I'm saying? I just had these hateful thoughts about people that weren't even, half of these people weren't even judging me. They were just doing their own thing. So that just shows where my mind was, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, it kind of started with meditation that really gave it to me and like made me start thinking about this shit, questioning stuff. But before I get into that, I want to like share a couple experiences with me as a child, kind of questioning things. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, like I said, I like going to Mexico a lot. I'm Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Michoacan, Los Reyes, and Santa Clara. Those are where both of my parts of my family are from. You know what I'm saying? So I remember my grandma had her own ranch, and she had chickens, dogs, cows, a horse, and I used to ride on that horse. That'll be for another story though. And she just married this guy, and they were gonna kill a goat and use it to make tacos. You know what I'm saying? So I heard them say that, and as a kid, I think I was like maybe 7 or 8. I could be wrong, but as a kid, I was like, oh, that's so cool. Can I come watch you guys kill this animal? You know what I'm saying? And the guy was like, yeah, come on. So I went over there, and they killed the goat, man. And this was like, I was traumatized when I saw this shit, man. Like they chopped his neck, and it took like maybe like 30 chops, man. But the thing is, the goat was still alive, man, and I could literally see its eyes like start to open up, and like that shit was scared, man. Like as a kid, I could see it in its eyes. It was afraid. It was like confused. Why am I being killed? You know what I'm saying? And this was my grandma's goat. Like the guy didn't even like really get to clear on her for her to say, yeah, you can kill it. So my grandma was actually pissed the fuck off at this guy, and I think that's actually why the marriage, like, they divorced and whatever. But like back to that thing, I saw his eyes, man, and I just saw the life slowly slipping out, and I was just like, as a kid, I was like, man, I never want to see this shit again. I don't want to eat or anything like that, man. But look, later that night, I went and ate some tacos, man, because I guess I wasn't ready mentally at that point to understand fully or like, become accountable for my actions. We'll go into accountability. You'll hear me talk about that word a lot, man. But we'll go into that later. So you know what I'm saying? I saw this animal get killed. Something's telling me, oh, this is fucked up. But somehow I still rationalize it to eat meat. You know what I'm saying? So I go on, eating meat, living life. Around like a couple years later, I was fat, like not fat, but like, fat enough where I had like a stomach coming out my shirt type shit. And I started wanting to lose weight. And I started looking into shit like how much, like how to build muscle, yada yada. And like always people were saying, get your protein, get your protein. So, I did that shit. So I could like, impress the ladies, look good, all that. And so like after a while, around 18, 19, I started to get into meditation. I wanted to start, because, I worked out already. So I wanted to like get the three together, mind, body, and spirit. And I remember one time I was just in the gym running on the treadmill. And I was like, man, I need to start doing shit like a meditation and like different shit just to like help myself in all these different angles, which is mind, body, and spirit. Because all these areas you need to grow if you want to like have a sense of awareness and like raise your vibrational energy, if that makes sense. Some of y'all are gonna be like, what the fuck is this man talking about? But that's all good also. So when I meditated, things that I started to notice is like you have to like control your body. Like like I used to start with my toes and relax them shits. And if y'all never relax your body part, it's really hard. It's fucking hard, man, because like you want to relax it, but like you don't know how to. But yeah, I ended up starting to like little by little, the toes would relax, foot would relax, ankle would relax. So I was consciously making my body relax. And in everyday life, you don't understand how stiff your body becomes throughout the day. So when I started doing this shit, I would get to the point where my whole body was like literally like feeling relaxed, like all the way to like my neck, my nose, my eye sockets, everything was relaxed. And I would start like trying to meditate, and thoughts would come, and I couldn't clear my mind, so I would sometimes be frustrated. But on top of that, I always felt like a fearfulness when I meditated, like something was like an evil spirit or some shit was gonna come and try to grab me. You know what I'm saying? And so I kept up with the meditation, and then one day I just realized, like, let me think. One day I just realized, like, how can I be preaching peace and love when I'm eating animals that are dying? And it's because of my taste buds or just like the convenience of eating it, you know what I'm saying? So I started going on YouTube, and I don't know, I guess random vegan things started popping on my feed because, I always like follow people who are like on that kind of spiritual path type shit so I could better myself. And I remember seeing a couple slaughterhouse videos of animals getting killed. And I was like, wow, I forgot about this shit. Like, this is how they have to do it for us to eat these motherfuckers. But, like, the thing is, a lot of people say, oh, nature, blah, 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 blah. But the thing about nature is animals have a fighting chance to run away from their fucking predators, you know what I'm saying? But when you raise these things to be born in these facilities, and they're literally trapped in walls where you're confining them, torturing them, raping them. A lot of people don't like when I use that word raping, but that's what they're doing, bro. They're taking their hand with a glove on and forcing sperm into the cow's, female cow's parts, and that's how they create babies. And on top of that, not only is it rape and murder, it's adoption of children, really, because they take these cows away from their moms and steal the milk from the mom, and then once the mom has no energy left, they kill her and make her into meat. So imagine you as a woman, like going back to like treating ourselves the same way. Imagine a woman being in a factory, being bred and like forced to get their kids snatched, and then we steal their milk for them. When you look at it from humans' point of view, now you see that shit's wrong. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to cover anyone. I used to hate on a lot of my meat-eating friends and tell them, like, you're contributing to people getting killed. But really, that's not helping no one. That's actually just turning them off from that shit. They're gonna think you're a fucking self-righteous hippie. Maybe I am, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so yeah, animals getting killed, man, they don't have a fighting chance. So I was like, I have this awareness of these animals getting killed. So if I know what I'm seeing is making me feel sick to my stomach and wrong, and I continue to eat this shit, it's like I'm a hypocrite because like I can sense that it's wrong deep down inside myself. Everyone's different. They might be perfectly fine with eating meat, and I don't judge them. You know what I'm saying? Because I've already been through that judgment path, and I know that it hurts your case more than it betters it. So yeah, I said that's a big thing. Let me talk about awareness real quick. Some people don't know that the fucked up shit's going on in the world, you know what I'm saying? And they don't do anything to help because they don't understand, which, is ignorance, and ignorance is bliss, so you can't really judge these people. But once you get that knowledge, which is power, because you're starting to break that fake facade down and seeing the truth, knowledge can sometimes traumatize you with the truth. There's some truths that are so big that it just fucking blows your mind. And yeah, so if you have awareness that there's fucking unjust things going on across the world that the United States is creating, for an example, and you choose to like continue just saying fuck it, we can do that shit, then you're kind of part of the issue in a sense, if that makes sense. Same thing with like if someone gets robbed, if they never been robbed before, they might never be actually focused on their surroundings and shit. But once they get robbed, their whole mind has shifted. You see what I'm saying? So now they're always looking around. You can see this in a lot of hoods. Like people will literally like just look around all the time in their surroundings because they're aware that something can go down anytime. And, you know, it's a fucked up awareness because you know that it can happen, and now you're like kind of on edge about it, if that makes sense.
So yeah, I noticed
When I started meditating as a vegan, all those scary, fearful, anxiety meditation sessions weren't happening as much.
and I feel like
My third eye opened as well from starting to eat cleaner, avoiding fluoride water, and all that shit.
and like sometimes when I have
Conversations with people and they say certain key words, I can feel my third eye activating. Like I can just feel like kind of like a vibration or like a feeling like something's expanding in the third eye region.
and yeah, man.
So
So
I'm not trying to like convert anyone into veganism, you know what I'm saying? You gotta find your truths for yourself and live by those truths. Like I know what I personally do, I believe is right. You might believe what you personally do is right. If we both think we're right, then who's wrong? You know what I'm saying? Really, without judgment, who's wrong?
some of the things
What
that
I learned after becoming a vegan was discipline. Like once I became vegan and I like, you know, cause meat's a temptation. Even after I became vegan, sometimes I would smell that shit and want it. What's up, man? Nothing. Just doing a YouTube video. You wanna be it? This is my neighbor Matt, man. He's good people. He's been around for a long time. You know what I'm saying? He's always like helped me out looking for jobs and shit. So shout out to Matt. How's your brother doing? Vacation? Where's he at? California. Lucky bastard. Is he taking his precautions, covering his face and all that? That's good, man. So yeah, mental discipline from veganism. I feel like once you do that, a lot of shit becomes easy. I'm gonna wrap it up for y'all because I don't want to talk your ears off. But I love you guys. Peace.